Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Burford Field here, located on the campus of Lindsay High School. And we got some Leopard football on tap here tonight for you. Kickoff is set for 7:30. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dodson. And wouldn't you know it, just as soon as we go live here, they're getting ready to start the national anthem. So I'll be quiet here for just a minute and let the band play, and we'll be back with you here in just a few minutes. Before we do, welcome back, everybody. Once again, Burford Field here, located on the Lindsay High School campus here in downtown Lindsay. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dodson. And nice little ceremony there for one of the linebackers that the Pauls Valley Panthers lost, as you might have heard Joel Gredeman mention, in a tragic car accident. So definitely thoughts and prayers go out to his teammates and his family. I'm sure they're in attendance here cheering on the Panthers over there on the other side. So with that being said, we're about a little over 9 minutes away here from the opening kickoff, this week 0 matchup that has become, as Gretaman mentioned, this is a fierce rival. It dates back many years, 80s, 90s. It kind of went away. Eric there for a little while in early 2000s. I don't ever remember playing Pauls Valley, but yeah, it's a renewed rivalry.
It is, Jake, and I'm glad it's back. And there's always a good quality football game when these two guys meet up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like I said, we're coming in here, week 0 matchup. Pauls Valley going to be playing in class. I believe they're in class 3A3, District 3A3. But if I'm wrong on that, I'll correct myself later on. But looking forward to this one. This Leopards should have their work cut out for them here tonight. As we mentioned on the pregame at Gonzales Mexican Restaurant here in town earlier, Justin Humphrey, he's a dual threat kind of quarterback. He a couple of times last year he ran for 300 and threw for 100 plus. So Leopards are going to have to be sound on defense, hit their spots, take good angles, and be sure to wrap that kid up because Humphrey, you let him get loose on you. He's 6'3". He's got a long old stride. It won't take him long to get down the sidelines.
Yes, sir, Jake. Lindsay will be running that 4-3 defense, and those front four, if they do their job, and the linebackers should be able to help keep him contained a little bit. The only thing we have to watch is if we're going to respect him, we got to make sure that we're also respect that the running backs can go out for a little flat route or out on a pass on a seam route. So those outside backers have to pick that up,
Absolutely.
which will make all the responsibility on that middle linebacker. So we just need to play smart and keep everything in front of us, and we should be okay.
Well, and if you tuned into the rundown with Rutledge this past Wednesday evening, we interviewed Coach Sam Hembry, and Hembry mentioned a couple of guys that kind of stood out to him in the early parts of practice. One of them was Wyatt April, the other was the Stubblefield kid, and he said there's no reason why these guys couldn't be getting some reps here tonight. Especially since it's week 0, he wants to get a good look against a quality offense in the Pauls Valley Panthers, and he mentioned April as kind of being a ball hawk, a kid that does not mind confrontation. He don't mind, contact. So look forward to seeing Wyatt April. I believe he'll be wearing number 44 tonight when we eventually get to see him out there. He's not afraid to step up and hit somebody, and along with Stubblefield, same situation with him.
Yeah, Jake, and like we talked about earlier, Lindsay has an asset this year they really haven't had in the last couple of years, and that's depth on both sides of the ball. So I think we may see some new blood out there getting some reps in, and Lindsay should benefit from that tonight.
And jump to the offensive side of the ball for the Leopards. It's a new quarterback over there, Cash Barrett. He transferred out. He's now a quarterback in the Sulphur Bulldogs. So stepping in at quarterback tonight will be number 1, Brody Ramming. He originally wore number 7, I believe, the past 2 years. Brody he'll be at the helm here tonight. He'll have some talented receivers to throw to. Coach Hembry also mentioned that it's going to be a running back by committee. You're going to see Ty Ferguson, number 2 tonight. You're going to see Jake Vaughn, number 8, running the ball as well. And he also mentioned Shane Jones, another possibility. He went out last year, middle of the season with I believe it was a knee injury he went down with, or maybe a quad, something of that nature. But Shane Jones, might get to see him tonight running the ball. Also, Caden Klingman. Could be seeing some of Caden Klingman. I believe he's a young sophomore, but he's got a ton of speed, according to Coach Hembry, so might be seeing him out there running the ball a little bit. Offensively, I think the Leopards, they're going to spread things out. They're not going to go away from anything that Coach John Inman installed here over the past 10 years or so, however long Coach Inman was a coach. I think they're going to stick to their guns there. Defensively, I think they're going to be sound, Eric. You kind of mentioned that might be the strong point, especially in the early going of the season here, that is the Leopard defense. So looking forward to getting this one kicked off. We're about 5 minutes away from kick. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout, and we'll be back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff coming up next, live from Burford Field. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Can you hear me? We good? 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 Welcome back here, Burford Field, downtown Lindsay, Oklahoma, and we're set here for the coin toss. Introduce the captains here for the Lindsay Leopards. We got number 57, Owen Simonton, number 63, Tommy Cunningham, number 2, Ty Ferguson, and number 64, that'll be Bo Blankenship, the big senior, who'll be the starting center here tonight, I believe. Eric, golly, what's he been starting at center? 3 years now, something like that.
I think this is the third season.
He's got a ton of snaps under his belt, so looking forward to seeing Big Bo out there. He'll go about 270 pounds, and he should be able to move some people along here. And as I mentioned, we're getting set here for the coin toss. So glad everybody could jump on here with us. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dotson. We got Macy Smith here behind us. She's running the show for us, so thank you to her. Thank you to Eric. Thank you to everybody jumping on with us. We greatly appreciate it. Referee going over some last-minute instructions there. Coin is in the air. Looks as if Pauls Valley has won the toss. Actually, the Leopards have won the toss, and they want the ball, so a little bit different approach here. In years past, you see Coach Inman, he usually won that toss. He would defer to the second half, but Coach Embry, he says, hey, let's get our offense out there and let's put some points on the board to get things started here. Can't say as you blame him. You know, we talked to him Wednesday night there on the show, the rundown with Rutledge, and Coach Embry was already a little bit jittery, already a little bit wired up. He was ready to go, and you know as well, Eric, I mean, you know, coaching for as long as you have the little guys, you get sick of hitting each other in practice. You get tired of, you know, just beating up on your teammates and everything. It's go time. I mean, as Coach Embry said, he said, we're ready to get out there and start making a little bit of contact against that red and black. So,
yeah, Jake, I talked to him earlier this week, and he said he's tired of talking about it. He's ready. He's ready to go do it. And I think all the boys are too. I talked to a bunch of them, and you get to talking to them, and the hair starts standing up on your arms. They're ready to get out there.
Yeah, I kind of motion to you right now. I mean, I got goosebumps right now, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to get this season kicked off. Again, you know, Leopard's going to be in District 2A3. That is going to be a dogfight. Here come your 2022 Lindsay Leopards. Led out by the senior number 2, Ty Ferguson. Everybody will gather up right there around the 50-yard line. But yeah, again, back to District 2A3, Eric, it's going to be a dogfight week in and week out once we get into district play. And I'm not trying to look ahead or anything like that, and you know, none of that. But first things first, you got a big matchup here against a rival in Pauls Valley. But once you get into District 2A3 play, it is every Friday night, 7 o'clock. It's going to be a dogfight. That district should be loaded from top to bottom. And it's one of them districts that very well, you know, end of the year, we could be up there in Oklahoma City at Crooked Oak and, you know, might need a win to get in, might need a win to place second or third. You know, there's no telling how this thing could shake out. So it's an 11-week journey that is getting ready to start, man, and I'm amped up. I'm excited for it, Eric.
I am too, and we talked to Coach Embry earlier this week on the rundown with Rutledge, and he mentioned that last year, the very last game, win or lose, win you could still be out, and lose you could still be in, and
Yeah.
it just come down to who was beating who played who won, who lost, and we were able to squeeze in there last year, and
Yep.
I hope this year we don't have to worry about it too much.
And the Leopards, they got that the first round of the playoffs. They ended up getting that win against was it Bethel they played last year in the first round, or am I mixing years up? Anyway, Leopards win the first round of the playoffs, and then they get dealt the hand of Crossings Christian up there out of Oklahoma City, and on a chilly, windy night there in Oklahoma City, north side of Oklahoma City, and it just never really gelled for the Leopards that night, as they pretty much got blown out that evening there by the the Crossing. I believe they're the Knights is what they are. So, but yeah, that's hey man, that's in the past, and we're seconds away from getting this thing kicked off. I'm looking forward to it this year with you, partner. It's go time, buddy.
It's football season. Here we go.
Absolutely. Got number 64 kicking it off here for the Panthers. And that will be Mason Barahona. Excuse me, number 30, I apologize. And they're actually going to kick that one out of bounds. That'll be a legal procedure against the Panthers. And that should put the ball at the 35-yard line for the Leopards. So good starting field position here for the Leopards. And that kick there, again, I apologize, that was number 30. That was Juan Pablo Amaye, the sophomore kicker.
Paul's Valley, I like the aggression from the opening kickoff. There's always a hole right behind that front line, that second level, and they were trying to pooch it right in there.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, the junior Brody Ramming, now wearing number 1, he'll be at quarterback. Lined up behind him there will be number 8, Jake Vaughn. 3 receivers split to the top, 1 down here to the bottom side. And as we go on here, we'll get this starting lineup here pilfered in here for you. Ramming out of the gun. Takes the snap around the right edge. Nothing doing there. Good pursuit there by the Panthers. Just able to force Ramming to the sidelines there, and nothing he can do, Eric.
No, didn't get much penetration off that edge, and he never could get around that corner.
So that'll be a loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 from the 34-yard line. Ramming will be out of the gun once again. Split back off to his left. Vaughn directly behind him. Fakes a handoff. Pass. Falls incomplete. Intended for Kessler at about the 40-yard line. So that'll bring up the first 3rd and long of the season here. 3rd and 11. Ball from the 34-yard line. And just a little out route there. Don't know if that was a miscommunication or a misfire on Ramming's part.
Probably the pregame jitters and trying to work through it here. We got a long 3rd down, Jake.
Absolutely. 2 receivers to each side here. Vaughn split off to the right of Ramming. Fakes a handoff over the middle there. That's Kessler across the middle, and that'll be a gain of about
12.
Yeah, gain of 12 there for the first down, and just a simple little skinny post route, Eric.
Yeah, the middle opened the right up, and the pass was just right on the money.
.11:30 to play here in the first quarter. Still no score. Ramming takes the snap, looks to run the option. That is the key there. Flips it out over to Vaughn. Vaughn will be down about midfield, but we do have a flag on the play. Looks like we're going to get a hold here on that left side against the Leopards. And that was a good little look right there, partner. I mean, I like the option call there. That's something you don't see a lot of in this day and age of high school football.
No, it was more of a speed option, but it was a good time to run it, and it was productive.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did have that hold over there.
So we'll back up and try again.
That'll make it a 1st and 20 from the 37. Ramming Miscommunication there. He went left. Vaughn went right. Ramming does what he can with it. Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage, not sure. Number 20, Endon Register, loses his hat there, so he'll have to step off for a play at least. Bring up 2nd and 16 here. Still no score, 10:57 to play here in the first. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Ramming back to pass. Nobody's there, pursued by number 44. Ramming's going to keep it. Tries to make a man miss, does just that. Able to get up to about the 46 or so to make it a 3rd and somewhat manageable here. And again, Ramming didn't have any time back there in the pocket. It broke down on him in a hurry. He was already initially rolling to his right, but he had a man in his face in a hurry, Eric.
Yeah, which took the pass out of the option immediately. So he did what he should have done and tucked it and ran.
Ramming out of the gun. Two receivers to his left, one to his right. We're going to have a false start against the Leopards. Not sure who it was there. Might have got one of the receivers there on the far side. Could have been number 25, Seth Padilla. So right now, Leopards just shooting themselves in the foot. So that'll bring up 3rd and 16. Ball right at the 40-yard line. Ramming takes a snap. Deep pass down the right side, well underthrown. No flag there as the corner and Kessler get a little bit tangled up. But no harm, no foul there. So that'll bring up 4th and 16 from the 40. Leopards going to have to punt this one away. Let's see if they can get off a good punt here, partner, and pin the Panthers back deep.
Yeah, right now they need something positive to happen. Get the defense on the field and try to get that ball back.
Kessler, he'll handle the punting duties this year for the Leopards. Snap back. Punt on the way. High, wobbly spiral down the right side. Should take a favorable hop. Does just that. Down to about the 8-yard line. So Ferguson does exactly what we mentioned there, partner. Able to flip the field there. And they're going to have the Panthers backed up inside their own 10 to start things off here.
And it can be simple as a good punt to get the momentum going for us too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So as we mentioned, the 6'3" senior, number 5, Justin Humphrey. Running back next to him will be the sophomore Noah Olguin. Two receivers to his right, one to the left. Humphrey out of the gun. Snap back. Fakes a handoff. Hit immediately in the backfield. That should be not the case. They're going to say his arm was moving forward. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. Well, I thought he was hit right there. I thought that thing was coming loose, and none other than Shane Jones right there. We talked about him in the pregame that he might see a little bit of, on the offensive side of the ball. We didn't mention him on the defensive end position. He's coming off that end in a hurry.
Yes, he is. He's a wrecking ball wherever even when he's running the ball, he's a wrecking ball. He's looking for somebody to hit.
So Panthers are fortunate there. Humphrey out of the gun. Two receivers to his right, one to his left. Back in the end zone, looking for somebody. Pursued out of the pocket. Still nobody home. Humphrey able to escape pressure and get out almost to the 15-yard line. So good little scamper there by Humphrey, and that's kind of what we talked about, Eric. He's got some escapability to him.
Yeah, if he gets in trouble, it just takes one little miss, and he's gone.
Yep. I got to tip your cap out there to his receivers over there on that far edge. They was able to seal that edge off for him. And still brings up a 3rd and short here. 3rd and 3. Ball at the, what are we at? About the
17-yard line.
17-yard line or so, yeah. Call it the 16. Two receivers to Humphrey's left. Running back off his left side. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it up the middle. Nothing doing. Good pursuit there by that defensive front of the Leopards. Hit initially by, looked like number 8, Jake Vaughn. So that'll bring up a 4th and about 3 here. with the Panthers pinned deep in their own territory. Nobody back for the Leopards yet. There we go. We got somebody going back now. This is a situation here, Eric. Do you send some pressure here, see if you can get you a block, maybe a scoop and score?
Yeah, this deep in your opponent's end zone, you want to send them.
Handling the punting duties for the Panthers will be none other than Justin Humphrey. And we're going to get a false start there by number 1, Jordan Stufflebeam, the junior.
Stubblefield will be deep for Leopards.
Got Stubblefield back deep just across midfield into Leopard territory, should be able to field this one clean here. But I agree with Eric. There's no reason why the Leopards shouldn't send some pressure here and see if they can get them a cheap one. Blocking a scoop and score would be nice.
You know, 4th and short, I'm kind of glad that false start penalty happened because I had fake on my mind with that quarterback back there punting.
That's a good point. So Humphrey back standing on the goal line. He does fake it there, has a man, and it's caught and knocked loose. Big time play by Bentley Kessler.
Just like that, Leopards are in scoring territory here.
Well, absolutely. You mentioned it there before that play. You had fake on your mind. And it was a first down. Number 21 there for the Panthers. If he could secure that, TK Jaggers, the senior, if he's able to pull that in, it is a first down for the the Panthers. But Bentley Kessler absolutely tattooed Jaggers.
Nose on the ball, and it comes out, incomplete pass.
So all of a sudden, Leopards deep in Panther territory. 8:42 here to play in the first. Still no score. Leopards will start this drive at the Panther 11.
Falls Valley coaches are starting out aggressive, you know.
Handoff around the right edge. I believe that's Ty Ferguson, his first carry of the season.
They started out with an onside kick trying to open up this game, and the very first punt attempt is a fake punt. So Falls Valley coaches doing everything they can to be as aggressive as they can. And
yeah,
it cost them on that one, though.
Well, and hats off to the Leopards. I mean, they were sound there. They seen it coming, and Kessler able to blow that thing up. So ball down to the 7. Ramming out of the gun. 3 receivers to his right. He's going to keep it around the left edge. Got Ferguson leading the way. And ramming's going to be brought down about the 1, maybe the 2-yard line. Going to call it the 2-yard line here.
He rolled in the end zone. His knee just hit right before he went in.
So number 28, Shane Jones, checking into the ball game as number 20, Andon Register, trots off. You should see Jones line up more than likely. This is just a total guess, but I'm going to say he does line up on that left side. Yep, that's where he's going to go. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes off the left edge here, partner.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind running behind Shane Jones.
3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Ramming takes a snap. Ferguson off the left edge there. And still no signal as the far side judge is running right down the goal line.
He at least got the first down.
And they're going to give the Leopards the first down here. Set up 1st and goal. Leopards going to hurry here. Ramming out of the gun. Ferguson split off behind him. 2 receivers to his right. Handoff, Ferguson, right up the gut, and he's in. Touchdown, Leopards. And nothing too fancy there, just smash mouth football, partner. Just line it up and go there. I like the call. Go quick. That way Falls Valley's not able to do any kind of substitutions or anything like that. Ferguson able to do the rest.
I like the call. A little bit less finesse and more power.
Absolutely.
We send in that extra lead blocker and we're able to punch it in.
Kessler will be the holder as Ty Ferguson will be the kicker. Kick is away and off to the right. Had plenty of distance, but misses it to the right. But Leopards able to get on the board first here. 7:06 to play in the first. Leopards lead by a score of 6-0. We'll take a Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here. Burford Field, located here on the campus of Lindsay High School as the sun starts to set over in the west. Leopards able to punch it in from the goal line there. Now lead by a score of 6-0. 7:06 remaining here in the first. As Ty Ferguson will tee this thing up and kick it away here to the Panthers. And Eric, you mentioned it there. A little more finesse, or excuse me, a little more power football rather than finesse there as Ramming and the Leopards go hurry up. Ferguson able to break that goal line there and get the first touchdown of the season on the board. Ferguson kicks it away. Fielded by number 2. He's going to be finally corralled and ran out of bounds. That was Dakota Weatherford there. Return for the Panthers. Brought down by a host of Leopards. Looked like Austin Hines might have been first to arrive.
Good pooch kick and even better coverage there.
Absolutely. So that'll set up the Panthers at the 36-yard line. Humphries will be out of the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Running back off to his left. As Eric mentioned, Leopards in that 4-3 front. Kessler does a great job crashing down and able to blow that play up there. Maybe a gain of a couple on the play. So Bentley Kessler making his presence known here on the defensive side of the ball to start things off.
Owen Simonson also in on that stop for the Leopards.
Gain of about 1. That's good penetration on the outside edge there to get the play stopped.
And coming from the corner position as
Yes.
well. So Humphrey will be out of the gun again. 3 receivers to his right. Running back will motion to his right as well. Snap. Humphrey back to pass. Finds a man. Complete for the first down. Number 1. That's Jordan Stufflebeam. Seth Padilla able to get him corralled, but just settled down there in that soft coverage and easy pitch and catch there for Humphrey.
Yeah. I think sometimes they'll let them have those short yardages, stop the home run ball on them, and he just settled in right there in that cushion zone, like you said, and was able to play catch.
Yeah, more or less keep everything in front of you right there. Didn't let anybody get behind him. Humphrey out of the gun. Receiver to his right and left. Running back split to his right. Takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing there. Brought down by number 65. Looks like Ethan Childers, the big junior, able to arrive first. Loss of about 3 on the play. That'll back it up to the 43-yard line.
Tackle for a loss. That'll bring up about a second and...
It'll be second and 13 here. Leopards on top, 6-0, 5:20 and ticking here in the first. Humphrey, 2 backs to either side of him, 2 receivers to either side. Out of the gun. Snap back. Handoff around the right edge. Leopards do a good job of forcing him out to the outside. Nothing doing there. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage there. That's good pursuit defensively.
Childers again.
Childers once again stepping up, making a play. Going to set up a 3rd and 13 here.
3rd and 14.
Check that. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 14.
Wyatt April also in on that stop for Leopards.
You heard Gredeman there. He mentioned Wyatt April. That's one we kind of talked about in the pregame. He's a ball hawk. He's got a nose for the ball. And gets a assisted tackle. First one of the season there for Wyatt April. 3 receivers to Humphrey's left, 1 to his right, back to his left. Snap back, out of the gun, has pressure, able to avoid it over the middle, and caught right at the first down marker, and they're going to give it to him, I do believe. Yep, move the change. Number 8, Jorge Fabilla, able to pull that in, and that's where Humphreys is so dangerous. He's able to elude that pressure, had a little bit of pressure coming off that left side, would be his right side, forgive me. Able to elude that pressure and step up and make a play there. 1st and 10 here for the Panthers. Ball at about the 44-yard line of the Leopards. 3:50 remaining. Leopards on top, 6-0. Humphreys, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Out of the gun. Handoff, fake up the middle. He's going to keep it around the left edge. Big time run there by Humphreys. And he fooled just about every Leopard defender there. They all went to the right with the running back. Once again, first down for the Panthers, move the chains. So you're kind of starting to see it here, Eric. Pauls Valley kind of got, getting their wits about them. That first series, they were pinned deep in their own territory, tried to get cute. Did eventually cost them 6, but they're on the move here.
Yeah, they're getting a rhythm. They're throwing it in the soft coverage, and the quarterback's keeping the ball on the counter plays.
Pass over to number 8. Good tackle there by number 20. I believe that's Andon Register, able to corral him before he could get too much. Number 8, that was Jorge Fabella there on the reception. Call it a gain of 4.
Fabella, the receiver, picked up about 4, so it'll be a 2nd and 6.
That'll set up 2nd and 6. Ball at the Leopard 29-yard line. 2:52 counting here in the first. 2 receivers to Humphrey's left, 1 to his right. We'll have 2 running backs, 1 to his right, 1 to his left. Out of the gun, pressure up the middle. Got to wrap up. He breaks 3 tackles. I do believe he lost the ball. But I think the far side wideout was able to jump on that. Looked like number 9 there. That was Mason Smith. Bells Humphreys out there. So that'll set up a very short 3rd and 1 here. And partner, Leopards got to pin their ears back here.
Yeah, they were in position to make, for a very short game, we just couldn't wrap him up. He went through 3 tackles. They should have been, had him pinned down.
I'll bring it up, as I said, 3rd and 1. 2:12 and counting here in the first quarter. Leopards on top by a score of 6-0. Pauls Valley, however, is on the move. Bunch formation to the right of Humphrey. Takes the snap.
Pick up enough for a first down.
Leopards going to get a unsportsmanlike conduct there. Looked like number 28, Shane Jones, out there doing a little pushing and shoving, and that's going to cost them extra yardage. See just exactly what the call is here. I do believe it is going to be on the Leopards, though.
I don't think it might have saved us. It might have been on both teams.
And you hit the nail on the head right there, partner. It does go against both teams.
After the play, so the run will count and be a 1st and 10.
Yep.
Offsetting penalties.
So offsetting penalties there, as Eric said, after the play. So the run counts. That'll set up 1st and 10. Ball on the Leopard 24. 1:56 remaining here in the first.
Panthers will have a first down on the Leopard 22-yard line.
Two receivers split to Humphrey's left, 1 to his right.
I'd like to see the safety come up and play a little tighter on this slot receiver on the near side here. He's creeping up
There
now.
you go. Humphrey out of the gun. Fakes the handoff. Keeper up the middle.
Keeper inside the 20.
Looked like number 57, Owen Symington, was first to arrive there in the backfield, just unable to wrap him up. Humphrey able to get a couple out of that one.
Yeah, he went through a couple more tacklers again.
That'll set up a 2nd and 6. Ball on the 18. 1:20 and counting here in the first quarter. Humphrey's out of the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Back to pass. Overthrows his man, and that's intercepted by Bentley Kessler. The pressure up the middle by number 69. And we don't have, or is it 59?
Be 59.
That'd be 59. Aiden Ramage first to arrive there in the backfield to put pressure on Humphrey and force that overthrow. And guess who was lurking back there? None other than Bentley Kessler. So Leopards able to force a turnover deep in their own territory.
That's 2 defensive possessions and 2 turnovers there to start this game out.
Yep. Not sure who called that timeout there, but we'll take one with them. We'll take a Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Football live on the Leopard Sports Network.
We'll probably play it safe here, Jake, but I'm just
We are back live here at Burford Field, getting ready for this 1st and 10 for the Leopards after the interception there, the diving interception by Bentley Kessler. And as Eric mentioned as we was coming on the air there, probably going to play this one safe. You're backed up deep in your own territory. You got a 6-0 lead here with 1 minute 101 to play here in the first. You don't want to get too crazy, get too cute here, and turn it over yourself deep in your own territory.
Yeah, I was going to say, we probably are going to play it safe, and that's probably the right call. But
Yeah.
usually after a big turnover like that, you'd like to try to hit a home run on them right off the get-go.
That's a good point. So Ramming will be out of the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Vaughn behind him. Snap back. Ramming back to pass. Over the middle, looking for Kessler, and overthrows him by about 10 yards. So as you mentioned, there's that shot after the turnover there. Like the play call, nothing wrong with that there. See if you can get one, lure that corner to sleep possibly. And not the case there as Ramming just overshoots his man. So I'll bring up 2nd and 10, 55 seconds remaining here in the first. Leopards still lead 6-0. Ramming out of the gun, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Vaughn directly behind him. Snap back, hand off to Vaughn up the middle, makes a man miss. Able to get out right around the 19-yard line or so, looks like.
Gain of about 7.
Good little run there. I'll bring up a 3rd and 4 with 34 seconds and counting.
34.
Again, 2 to Ramming's left, 1 to his right. Vaughn split to his right. Vaughn will jump back over to the left side. Here comes a stretch play. Ramming's going to keep it. Nothing doing there. Receivers unable to seal that far side there, seal that edge for him. And that should do it for the first quarter. So after 1, the Leopards lead by a score of 6-0. We'll take us a quick Hughes Heat and Air break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Burford Field here in Lindsay, Oklahoma, getting ready to start this second quarter as the Leopards were able to punch one in from about the 1-yard line midway through that first quarter to take a 6-0 lead. Leopards back on offense here. Ball out about the 21-yard line. Going to be 4th and 20. They're going to punt this one away. Kessler off the side of his foot, a little bit wobbly. We're going to have a flag on the far side. Let's see what this one's about here, partner.
I think we might have had some movement before the ball was snapped. I bet Paws Valley declines that, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, gotta be patient with these refs here. It is their first game of the season as well, so they want to make sure and be on the same page as all the other referees out there. So here's the call. We have a sideline warning against Pauls Valley. Strange, but maybe that far side ref, when he took off down the sidelines, may have got tangled up.
Yeah, probably
with some
had
of the players there. So
probably too close to the field play.
So Pauls Valley will take over here. 1st and 10, ball at about the 41-yard line of the Leopards. 2 receivers to Humphrey's right, 1 to his left. Running back split off his right side as well. Humphrey out of the gun. Snap back, fakes the handoff, nothing there. Missed a tackle right at actually behind the line of scrimmage. Humphrey able to break loose and get a couple there.
I'm sure they'll go over it in the film room, but whenever you have good contact in the backfield, you got to make more of those tackles back there.
No doubt. Shane Jones able to get him corralled there after a gain of about 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 here. Ball on the 38-yard line of the Leopards.
I want to take away anything from Humphrey, though. He's a heck of an athlete.
Absolutely, yeah. He's got that escapability, man. He can make you miss. Humphrey, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Running back split to his right. Out of the gun, takes the snap. Underneath there to number 21, that's Jaggers. And Priest Williams able to corral him from the backside there after a gain of a couple. Good pursuit there by Priest. Should bring up about a 3rd and 5. Couldn't really tell if there was a breakdown there or it was just a fake handoff all the way.
They hit it pretty good. OU runs a similar play, Jake. I've seen them run it where the linemen and all the backs go one direction, then they'll release a back going the opposite direction.
Yeah, just trying to get that flow going the opposite direction and try to create a hole over there. 2 seconds on the play clock. Humphrey's able to get it off. Pass there, broken up, and they're going to get pass interference.
He turns around there, we got pick 6.
Absolutely, yeah. Should be a PI there on Seth Padilla, though. Unfortunate.
I think he had him corralled. Probably going to be defensive holding.
Yep.
Flag on the play.
Well, this near side judge was tapping the top of his hat like it might have been a illegal procedure against the Panthers. So
illegal receiver downfield.
yeah,
I believe.
illegal receiver downfield. Usually that's one of your big linemen just getting too far down. Leopards obviously will decline that one.
Bring up.
Should be
4th and 5.
Should be about 4th and 10. I believe that it was a 3rd and 5, I believe, partner.
So yeah, if they decline a penalty, it should be a 4th and 5.
Yeah, set it up at 4th and 5. But Coach Raper, he's got his offense out there on the field. Yeah, he's going to call a timeout and talk about this one. So with all that, we'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air break with them. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Burford Field here in Lindsay, Oklahoma, as the Panthers are getting set for a 4th and 5 inside Leopard territory here. Leopards lead by a score of 6-0. 10-18 remaining here in the first half. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dotson. And it does look like Raper's going to leave his offense out there, as Humphrey will have 2 split to his right, 1 to his left, running back off his right hip.
I can't imagine Humphrey getting rid of it.
Takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Unbelievable. Able to convert that first down right there.
Coverage is too soft, Jake.
Yeah, soft back here and there in that back end. Seth Padilla was backpedaling there. Receiver breaks down right at the first down marker. Panthers able to convert there. So that'll set up a 1st and 10. Ball at the Leopard 28-yard line. 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Leopards lead, however, by a score of 6-0. Humphrey will have two receivers to his left, one to his right. Offset power I of some sort. Humphrey's going to keep it around the right edge. Not a lot doing there. Big number 65 able to corral him for the Leopards.
Childers on the stop.
I believe that's Childers, number 65. Look like number 3. That is Wyatt Averill, the junior, checking in. Be playing. Well, I thought April checked in. I could be wrong. 3 receivers to Humphrey's left. Snap back. Humphrey's rolling to his left. Good tackle there by number 26 for the Leopards. Minimal gain on the play. It'll be Price Stubblefield able to stick his nose in there and blow that play up. Bring up 3rd and 5 from the Leopard 25-yard line. 8:40 and counting here in the first half. Leopards need a negative play here. They need to get this ball back.
Yeah, Paws Valley already shown this deep in Leopard territory, they'll be going for it. They got 2 possessions to get that first down.
Bunch formation. Humphrey right up the gut. And looks like he'll have enough for the first down. Just a little bit of power football there, partner.
Yeah, just lined up and run it and mash them in the mouth.
Yeah, see if you can stop it. As Coach Tommy Ferguson used to say, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. So that'll set up 1st and 10. No, actually, it's going to bring up a 4th and a. God, they're going to call it a yard. So 4th and 1 here. Once again, Coach Raper's got his offense out there. Bunch formation. Humphrey out of the gun. Probably going to go hard count, and it does not. Takes it right up the gut, and that'll be enough for a Panther first down.
Victoria Martinez and Faith Martinez. Freshman Brecklin Klein.
7:32 remaining here. Pauls Valley on the move.
Laney Martin. Brooklyn Webster. Bailey Hines. Thank you, girls, for the outstanding job you do.
This is something I've noticed with Pauls Valley. It's taken them a little while to get the play call in here.
A little bit more methodical.
Yeah, we're inside of 10 seconds here on the play clock. Humphrey's out of the gun.
Gonna be one that he's gonna pull it out. It's gonna be replay here.
It is just that. He does the right thing, hands it off to his running back up the gut.
Gonzalez, the ball carrier.
Gonzalez on the carry.
Stop by Childers.
Gain of maybe 3 on the play.
Ball's on the 14.
And is it me or is this first half just absolutely flying? Well, especially the second quarter. This second quarter is moving, I feel like.
Yes, it is.
And this is where the summer pride, the summer conditioning starts to see if it's going to pay off.
And both these teams are run dominant, so that clock's been rolling.
Humphrey out of the gun, keeps it off the right edge. Got a man out there blocking for him. Humphrey all the way down inside the 3-yard line on the quick keeper.
Tackled by Shane Jones.
Shane Jones able to get him pulled down there just before he broke the plane.
It's going to be a 1st and goal.
Should set up 1st and goal at about the 1.5. 6:05 remaining here in the first half. Panthers trying to knot this thing up and take the lead with an extra point. Humphrey with one receiver off to his right. Bunch formation to his left. Wonder where it's going. It does just that off the left edge and touchdown, Pauls Valley. Nothing really Leopards could do there. They overloaded that left side, partner, and just smash mouth football. You know, hey, see if you can stop it. Unable to get the job done there. Pauls Valley's in the end zone. Knotted up here momentarily at 6 apiece. Number 18 for the Panthers will be on to kick this one for the extra point. That is Nathan Cronister. Nope, excuse me. It'll be number 30. Cronister will be the holder. Kicker will be Juan Pablo Amaya. The left-footed kicker. Snap back. Ball's down. Kick on the way. And it's good. So with 5:40 remaining here in the first quarter, or excuse me, the first half, the Leopards now trail by a score of 7-6. We'll take a short Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. We are back live here, Burford Field here in Lindsay, Oklahoma. Panthers able to get on the board there and take a 7-6 lead with 5:40 remaining here in the first half, Eric. And you mentioned it off air there. Leopards so far having a hard time shutting down this rushing attack of the Panthers.
Yeah, Humphrey's just an awesome athlete, and you give him a lead blocker or two lead blockers, he's going to make positive yardage almost every time.
Little pooch kick off to the right. Good heads-up play there by, looked like Priest Williams. He knew he needed to get on top of that one before Panther did. That should set up 1st and 10 for the Leopards at about the, call it the 31-yard line.
I kind of like to see us just start running down their throat right here.
Yeah. Yeah, give them a little dose of their own medicine. So Pauls Valley on top here, 7-6, 5:38 remaining here in the first half. Ramming in the Leopards take the field. Ramming two receivers to his left, one to his right. Vaughn out of the backfield. Excuse me, that's Ferguson. Handoff up the middle. Spins off a would-be tackler there for a gain of a couple. Have yet to see Shane Jones or Klingman in the backfield there. Bring up a 2nd and 8. Ramming out of the gun, rolls to his left. Lets that one fly in and out of the hands of number 26, intended for Stubblefield. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 8, and that stops the clock with 5:06 remaining here in the first half, Eric.
Yeah, it was a good pass. Ball's on the money. He was just looking to turn up the field before he had it in his hands.
Absolutely. Leopards got to, they got to convert this first down here. Got to keep the ball in their hands and keep this clock running. Ramming out of the gun. Fake handoff. 3-step drop, finds a man down the far side, has a man, it's pulled! Oh my goodness. Number 20, Andon Register, unable to haul that one in. So that'll bring up a 4th and 8. And you again, stop the clock with 5 minutes remaining here. And Leopard's going to have to give the ball back over to Pauls Valley with 5 to play. And Pauls Valley still has 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Kessler will come on to punt this one away. Needs to get another good one off here. Try to flip the field best he can. Snap back. Punt on the way. High spiral. As number 9 able to pull in the fair catch there. And that'll set the Panthers up offensively at about their own 30-yard line, I believe. 4:54 remaining here in the first half. Once again, Panthers on top. 7-6. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dotson. Defensively, Leopards need a quick 3-and-out here, partner.
Yes, they do.
Or a turnover. If they could, force a turnover, that'd be even better. That'd kind of be the cherry on top, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So Humphrey will be out of the gun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Looks like a stacked offset off to his left. Sends a man in motion. Gives it to him underneath. Gets out around the left edge. Looks like number 57, Owen Symington, able to pull him down after a gain of about 2. Kessler able to assist with a tackle there. We'll bring up 2nd and 7 here. 4:32 remaining, first half. Leopards trail 7-6. Pauls Valley in no rush. Humphrey will have 2 receivers split to his right. Stacked offset eye to his right as well. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it. Nothing doing there. Good pursuit there. Looked like number 3, Wyatt April, first to arrive and getting brought down.
Good job of wrapping up that time, Jake.
Yep. Well, that's a couple of times we've mentioned April, his name here tonight. Coach Henry mentioned him in the rundown the other evening that he's got a nose for the ball. You've seen it right there firsthand. He was in the backfield in a hurry. So that'll bring up a 3rd and about 6 here with 3:40 remaining and counting. Once again, Pauls Valley inside of 10 seconds here. Still hadn't got a play call. Down to 5 on the play clock. Snap back. Humphrey out of the gun. Deep drop. Finds a man underneath. That's number 29. He's going to get down the sidelines. And we should have a flag. Yep, there is a flag on the play there. Might have been a hold out there on Ferguson, or not a hold, not a penalty on Ferguson, but I believe he was the one that was held up. And that is just the case.
He got kind of bumped, and he sold it really good there.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little acting job out there.
Good job by Ferguson.
Yep. Now, sometimes you feel that presence on your backside if you, like you said, if you quote-unquote fake it, do a good acting job out there. Sometimes you'll catch that referee's eyes and he'll drop that handkerchief for you. That's a senior for you, though.
That's right. He's smart.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of ball games. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Ball on the 32-yard line. 3:03 remaining here in the first half. Humphreys, 3 receivers to his left. And we're going to get a timeout, Lindsay, as Coach Henry wants to talk this one over with Coach Offholter. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Live here in Burford Field as the Pauls Valley Panthers get set to face a 3rd and 8 here from the 32-yard line. Humphreys will have 3 receivers split to his left, 1 to his right. This is a big spot in the ball game here, Eric. If Lindsay can get this stopped here and get the ball back. Humphrey back to pass. Unbelievable catch by number 9. Mason Smith there able to pull that one in. Seth Padilla in coverage. Padilla actually had inside leverage right there. That's one of if Seth just goes up and high points that, he might have been able to pull that thing down, but receiver did a good job there just pulling it basically off of Padilla's right shoulder.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 2:32 remaining here in the first. Pauls Valley on the move. 2 receivers to Humphrey's left, 2 to his right. Humphrey out of the gun. Snap back. Humphrey rolls to his left.
Humphrey rolling left.
Finds number,
The
oh,
ball is incomplete.
and that was, I believe that was Mason Smith, number 9 again over there on that far side, and we could see it from this far off. He looked to turn upfield before he secured that ball there, partner.
Yep.
And fortunate for the Leopards because Kessler out there in coverage, he had backpedaled a pretty good ways there. Smith had a little bit of ground to run there. So that'll stop the clock. 2:20 remaining here in the first half. 2nd and 10, ball at the Leopard 37-yard line. Humphreys, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left.
Go for a run off the left edge here, Jake.
And Pauls Valley going to have to call a timeout, unable to, didn't want the play clock to expire on them. We'll keep it here during this timeout. But yeah, this is a big spot here. I mean, obviously that 3rd down that they were able to convert there, that was a big point. But we're down to 2:20 here in the first half. 2nd and 10, ball at the Leopard 37-yard line. This is one if you could get a negative play here, do you maybe call a timeout? Leave you one in your back pocket, and hopefully you have Pauls Valley facing a 3rd and long here.
Yeah.
If everything were to work in your favor.
Yeah, you got to try to get something on going.
Now Pauls Valley, they have after that first initial drive, as we mentioned, they were backed up well inside their own territory there. Didn't have much going for them. Tried to get cute. As we mentioned, it did eventually cost them a touchdown, but. Yeah, Pauls Valley, ever since that first drive, it's almost like they kind of got their feet under them, and they're, okay, here we go. We're starting to click a little bit. They've controlled pretty much the entire first half here. So Humphrey and the Panther offense will trot back out. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Humphrey out of the gun. Man in motion. Snap back. Humphrey's going to roll to his left. Finds him. Oh, nice play there by number 8, Jake Vaughn. Good thing he got a big paw up on that one, or otherwise that might have broke loose right there.
Yeah, that receiver opened up wide open right in the middle.
Looked like it was intended for number 9, Mason Smith, and he had room to roam there.
And that helps the Leopards out there.
Absolutely. That it turns it into a 3rd and long, and you didn't have to burn a timeout. It stops the clock for you with that incomplete pass. So Coach Embry and the Leopards, they'll take that. You still got 2 in your back pocket. You've got to get a stop here, though. Well, 3rd and 10, 2 to Humphrey's right, 2 to his left. Humphrey out of the gun, takes the snap. Finds Mason Smith. Big time hit there. Number 1, Brody ramming. Ramming able to jar that ball loose. Otherwise, that would have been a gain of about 8 or 9 in what could have been a 4th and short. You got to wonder if Raper would have kept his offense out there in that situation had Mason Smith pulled that in. But not the case, as Brody ramming absolutely tattooed Smith on that play. But once again, Coach Raper is going to keep his offense out there. Leopards have yet to stop Pauls Valley on a 4th down try tonight. I believe they're 3 for 3. Humphreys, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Play clock ticking down, and I believe Coach Raper and the Panthers are going to talk about it. We'll take the break with them. A Hughes Heat and Air break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back here to Burford Field. 2:08 remaining in the first half. Leopards trail 7-6. Pauls Valley facing a 4th and 10 from the Leopard 37-yard line. It's a big-time point in the ballgame here, partner. If Lindsay was able to get this one stopped and get the ball back, you have 2 timeouts and right around 2 minutes to play. Humphrey out of the gun, snap back, rolls to his left, can't find anybody. He'll eventually lets it go. And yet again, Brody Ramming able to lower the boom there. That was going to be a tough play for Jaggers to pull that in. It was kind of thrown off of his back shoulder there, Eric, but it is what it is. So Leopards got the stop.
Good heads-up play by Ramming again, and
Yeah,
make sure that ball fell incomplete.
absolutely. That's one where, especially in this day and age, you don't want to get flagged in that situation for lowering the boom on somebody, but in that situation right there, Ramming, seen that the ball was thrown just a little bit behind Jaggers and went ahead and put a shoulder into him, as you mentioned, just to double check, make sure that ball does fall incomplete. So 2:02 to play. Leopards have 2 timeouts. Ball at their own 37-yard line. 3 receivers to Ramming's right.
And only 2 defenders out there.
Ramming seen it immediately. That's
Going to be holding on the Leopards, I believe, Jake.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who that might have been registered that was able to pull that one in, but we're going to have a hold on one of the receivers over there on that far side, so all for naught. And you hit it, you seen it, 3 to that far side. They had 2 corners over there, and that was it. And it broke big for the Leopards. They were able to, move the ball there, but unfortunately, going to have to back it up via the hold. So that'll set up a 1st and 20 from the 26-yard line of the Leopards. 1:54 remaining. Leopards trail 7-6. 2 receivers to either side. Kessler comes in motion. And the far side wide receiver jumps off sides. Or false start. So now you're in the situation, down to still a minute 53. You still got them 2 timeouts. Clock's not moving here. It's 1st and 25 from your own 21-yard line. Don't want to get too fancy here and have a turnover. Got to be smart here if you're the Leopards offensively.
Panthers got a lot of men up there close to the line of scrimmage. If you can send one of those receivers or slip it back there behind those backers,
Yep.
it could break loose.
So Ramming, he'll have 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Vaughn split to his left as well. Ramming out of the gun. Takes the snap, looks to his right. Over to Padilla. Not much doing there for Padilla. Is number 32 able to come up from his safety position and make a play there. That was Parker Green, the senior. Excuse me, from his linebacker position. I apologize. So 132 and counting here in the first half. And I don't think Lindsay's going to get in any kind of rush here. Pauls Valley is out of timeout, so they can't stop it. 2 receivers to either side. Vaughn split to Ramming's right. Ramming out of the gun. Takes a snap. Rolls to his right. Has Kessler on the out route and just missed him. And that's usually a comfortable toss there for Ramming, rolling to his right, him being the right-handed, but that's just one of them deals. This just misfired a little bit there and unable to connect with Kessler.
Yeah, and it did the one thing it didn't need to happen, that stopped the clock.
Absolutely.
Third down.
That's a good point. Yeah. And it's 3rd and a mile. 3rd and 21. Ball on the Leopard 25-yard line. Ramming out of the gun. Nobody blocking for him there. Seth Padilla able to pull that one in, though. And did they keep him inbounds? I don't believe they did. Yep, they're going to say he was brought down inbounds, so that'll keep the clock running. Still going to set up a 4th and 11. Probably, if I'm guessing here, you let this thing tick down, let the play clock almost expire and call you a timeout and just make sure you got your max protect up there and punt this thing away.
Yes, sir.
That looks like what Coach Henry's going to do. We're down into 3 seconds on the play clock. Coach will call a timeout. And as we said, you should probably just set up a. Actually, they're going to take the delay to back them up 5 more. So with the penalty, that'll back the Leopards up 5 yards deeper. Kessler will come on to punt this one away. That'll leave 19 seconds on the clock when he puts foot on ball. But still, Eric, you've got to protect right here. You cannot let somebody break free and get to Kessler back there.
No, you need a good snap.
Yep.
Good blockers.
Got to be crisp right here. And the head referee and the far side line judge still discussing something. I'm not sure what we're talking about. It was a delay of game. It's a 5-yard penalty. Looks like Coach Raper's out there now wanting an explanation on something. And we got that squared away. All right, let's play football, boys. Actually wanting to put...
It's more seconds on the clock, I bet.
Yeah, it looks like he's wanting to put 22 on the clock. Okay. So save Coach Raper and the Panthers a couple extra seconds there. Kessler ready to punt this one away. Snap back. High, wobbly punt. And it's going to jump back into Pauls Valley territory. Somebody needs to fall on it. Thought that thing was going to take a couple of big hops and just, keep getting closer. But also, Lindsay was hoping that as it was rolling, the clock would keep running. But that's going to leave 10 seconds on the clock here for the Panthers. Again, Pauls Valley has no timeouts. Holding on to a 7-6 lead here late in the first half. And this is deep enough territory, Eric. Humphrey might be able to take a couple of shots here.
Yeah, I look for them to do it, too. They've been aggressive since the first kickoff, so.
Yep. And we've seen we've seen Mason Smith down here with Seth Padilla in coverage, and he beat Padilla once, so that might be something that Pauls Valley want to look into here. You see Coach Offholter out there giving his defense some final words here. More or less probably saying, hey, keep everything in front of you. Do not let a free runner get past you. You've got to keep it in front of you here. Because essentially, if you can string this play out, you could very easily run this final 10 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
Pauls Valley has taken forever. Here we go. Now we're ready. So Humphrey will trot out. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Running back split to his right as well. Humphrey out of the gun. Snap back. Just a fake handoff, actually. Long pass down the right side, and it's actually going to be caught by number 8 down about the 12-yard line or so. And that's going to leave 1 second on the clock. But
that'll expire as soon as they get the chain set.
Yeah, it should be able to allow to run a play here.
Timeout, Pauls Valley.
Pauls Valley don't have timeouts. Lindsay calls a timeout with 1 second remaining on the clock with the ball deep in their territory. Not sure what the timeout was for there because, like you said, partner, as soon as they set those chains, that clock's running. He was tackled inbounds. There's no need for the timeout in that situation, I wouldn't think.
No, they can't snap the ball before the chain
with
set.
1 second. Now with 3 seconds or something, you'd be able to get a play off. But I think Coach Offholder just wanted to make darn sure his defense is set here and don't let anything crazy happen.
You call a timeout. If they had a field goal kicker, they put some more points on the board.
That's
right
true.
here.
Well, looks like they're going to try it. They're going to trot out number 30. This is Juan Pablo Amaya. This will be about a 30-yard attempt.
Maya will attempt the 30-yard field goal.
Snap back, hold down, kick on the way. And it's no good, just off to the right.
No good.
Had plenty of distance. And I'm telling you, partner, it looked good from here.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. I don't know what the refs seen there, but they waved that one off. So a crazy last minute and a half there. But yeah, so at the half, Pauls Valley going to go into the locker room here at Burford Field with a 7-6 lead over the Leopards. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about that first half. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air timeout. We'll be back here shortly. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Burford Field, getting ready to start the third quarter here of this Week 0 matchup. Your hometown Lindsay Leopards playing host to the Pauls Valley Panthers. And, Eric, that first half, started off pretty good there for the Leopards. They were able to force that turnover, and then they had good fortune, had the ball down right around the 11-yard line or so, able to get into the end zone, take a 6-0 lead. Ferguson's extra point attempt was just off to the right. Led for a long time, 6-0. Then Pauls Valley kind of got their wits about them, kind of got their wheels spinning, or got traction, and was able to go down and put points on the board. And really have, if we're being upfront and honest, Pauls Valley's controlled this ball game, honestly, with that rushing attack that we talked about. So hopefully this second half, Lindsay's gone in there. Coach Offholter has made a couple of corrections, this and that, and hopefully he can get that defense lined up. Not that, they haven't given up a ton of yards. It's been really, honestly, the game's been played from about the 50 in. We hadn't seen a whole bunch of up and down. So Lindsay probably, might have right around 30 yards or so of total offense. Pauls Valley probably right around 60, 70, somewhere through there. So it's just one of them deals. You're going to have to make some corrections defensively and come out and get a quick 3 and out here.
It's really just a few little things. We wrap up better.
Yes.
On the tackles, and we play a little bit tighter coverage, and I don't know if the Pauls Valley moves the ball that much on us.
Number 23 for the Leopards kicks it away. Looks like Jaggers will field it. He's got a head of steam on him, able to be brought down just across the 35-yard line. That'll set up 1st and 10 for the Panthers, and we talked about this during halftime off air. Lindsay was fortunate that Pauls Valley didn't score right there towards the end of the first half, because you see right here, Pauls Valley gets the ball back. They very easily could have been up 14-6 getting the ball back to start the third here, but defense rose to the occasion and able to get off the field there. So that'll set up 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Humphreys will be out of the gun. We'll have 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Running back split off to his right side as well. Humphrey sends a man in motion. We have 2 men in motion, actually.
Have to get it set. That's illegal.
Yeah, I was fixing to say they're not set, so.
You can have 2 in motion, but they have to get in set for about a second before the ball is snapped.
Yep.
And they were still moving. Back them up, Coach.
Yep. Illegal shift.
Illegal formation.
Should be, what is that? That's 5-yard variety. Yep. Well, that'll set up 1st and 15 after the penalty. Back it up to the the Panther 30-yard line.
First down and 15 for the Panthers.
Looks like Austin Hines back in it. Safety over there.
Yep. And again, a flag on the play.
Ball
Humphrey
start.
back to pass. Jake Vaughn able to bring him down after, might have got back to the original line of scrimmage, but I believe this one's coming back as well, partner.
Back him up, Coach.
Like you said, should be a false start there on that offense. We're going to get a sideline warning against Lindsay. See this near side judge here talking to Coach Offholter. Maybe he might need a get back guy. You know what I mean?
He may. I like it.
Absolutely, yeah. So that'll make it a 2nd and 12 after the sideline warning against the Leopards. Humphrey out of the gun. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Leopards in the backfield in a hurry. Humphrey on the keeper, makes a couple of guys miss. He's down the far sidelines, 1 man to beat. Pushed out of bounds by number 20.
Finally brought down by
Andon Register, able to push him out.
Inside Leopard territory.
That'll set up a 1st and 10 inside Leopard territory.
About 42-yard line.
And it's that right there, partners. What you had them backed up in what was a 2nd and long. You gotta force either a negative play or a no gain there. And turn it into a 3rd and forever.
On a simple replay,
Yeah.
you know, middle linebacker there, Vaughn's got to stay at home and make sure that he doesn't pull that.
Humphrey with the keeper, bounces it off the left edge, brought down by Childers.
Inside the 40 at about the 37. Ethan Childers on the tackle for the Leopards.
And just off the top of my head, partner, I think that's the 5th tackle of the night there for Childers. So
He's
doing a good job flying around, getting to the ball.
He's racking them up.
Yep.
He usually does. He's got a nose for the ball too. False start.
Should be a false start against the Panthers at left side.
Getting a jump start.
No, they're going to get a timeout rather than a penalty. Pauls Valley will use the first of their 3. We'll take a quick one with them. Hughes Heat and Air break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Football live on the Leopard Sports Network. And we are back live here. Pauls Valley facing a 2nd and 5 from the Leopard 37. Humphrey out of the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Jaggers in motion. Handoff. Jaggers around the left edge on the sweep.
Ball to Jaggers.
And going to be brought down just shy of the 1st down marker.
Bentley Kessler on the tackle for the Leopards.
I'll say just shy.
3rd down and about 3.
Should be 3rd and 3. 10-13 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Still a 7-6 ball game. Pauls Valley on top. Bunch formation here. Humphrey's out of the gun. High snap. Handoff to number 12 up the middle. And it's going to be close. That was Rain Major on the carry.
Ethan Childers on the tackle along with Owen.
And Childers yet again in there making a tackle. That's going to bring up a 4th and about a yard.
Stubblefield also on that stop. That's bringing up a 4th down and 1.
Let's see if the Leopards can pin their ears back here, partner, and get them a stop. Once again, bunch formation to that right side. Humphrey's out of the gun. Snap back. Eludes 2 tacklers in the backfield.
Inside the 30 to about the 29. Brody Ranning on the tackle.
And we got Ty Ferguson, looks to be cramping up. I believe that's Humphreys there stretching him out, so got to appreciate that. Get Ferguson a quick drink. We'll keep it here. Doesn't seem to be anything too serious. Looks like the trainers are working on that right calf of Ty's. That'll be something he'll walk off and come out for at least one play. Pauls Valley able to get the first down there. Sets up 1st and 10 from the Leopard 29. 9:36 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Pauls Valley on the move. Humphrey's out of the gun. Rolling to his right.
Humphrey on the keeper.
Got some lead blockers. Makes a couple of men miss. Cuts back across the grain. Makes another man miss. Good hard run there by Justin Humphrey.
Finally brought down by Kessler.
that was, yeah, that's enough to move the chains yet again for the Panthers. Right now, Justin Humphrey's doing all the work here for Pauls Valley. Humphreys, receiver to each side. Running back stacked to his left. Fakes the handoff. Actually gives the handoff up the gut there. And that was, looks like Jake Vaughn able to stick his nose in there. Bring the ball carrier down for a loss of about 3.
Giving Humphrey a rest. That was probably a design replay, but they plan on told him to give that one away.
Right, yeah.
Catch his breath. Watch for Humphrey to take it here.
So Humphrey out of the gun. Backs to either side. 2 receivers to his right, out of the gun. Hand off to number 12 around the right edge. Has a couple of blockers. Makes a couple of men miss. Slips a tackle, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Number 12, that is Rain Major. Able to avoid a couple of would-be tacklers and get it into the end zone for the Panthers. With 8 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, Pauls Valley takes a 13-6 lead. Number 30, Amaya, on to kick the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. Looks to be good. With 8 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, Pauls Valley increases their lead. Now lead 14-6. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports. Welcome back here to Burford Field. With 8 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, Pauls Valley able to punch it into the end zone. Now lead 14-6. Amaya on to kick it away here for the Panthers. Kick is away. High pooch kick over towards the left side. Going to be fielded by number 10. Makes a couple of guys miss. Here's number 10. That was Ryan Horton, the junior. So Leopards will set up shop at, I believe, the 35-yard line.
Leopards take over first down on their own 35-yard line.
This is a big possession right here. Got to show that you can move the ball and hopefully go get some points here, partner.
Yep.
Handoff up the middle to Vaughn. Met by a host of Panthers right at the line of scrimmage. Might have been a gain of 1. We're going to have a flag in the deep in the secondary. Don't know if we got some extracurricular or what might have taken place back there. Let's see what the call is here. Back judge is pointing towards the Pauls Valley defense. Here's the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offsetting penalties. getting a little chippy out there.
Offsetting
Yeah, there's a lot of pride between these two groups, and always is. And
Absolutely.
just keep it controlled, boys, and play hard.
So Raming will be out of the gun. Two receivers to his right, Kessler to his left. Vaughn lines up directly behind him. Waiting on that far side judge to get set. Snap back. Fake handoff to Vaughn. He's ramming around the right edge. Makes a couple of guys miss. Big chunk play there for the Leopards.
all the way inside the 45, about the 42. That's a first down, the Leopards.
Nice little play there. Fake it up the middle to Vaughn.
Jaggers on the tackle.
Let those linebackers crash, and then Raymond can use his speed to get around that at right edge.
And kind of giving Paws Valley Dose their own medicine. You know, that they
Yeah.
fake that handoff, that read up the middle. Those backers bite just one step, and it gives enough quarterback enough room to get around the edge.
That's right.
Brody Raming.
So Ramming, two receivers to his left, one to his right. Handoff up the middle. That's Vaughn. Bounces it out to the right. He's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Parker Green.
No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball at the Panther 39-yard line. Gotta keep this drive going. Gotta sustain something here.
Split left.
Padilla split left. Kessler, I believe, split right. Pass over to Stubblefield. Stubblefield still making people miss. And it's finally brought down by a host of Panthers. Good hard run there by Stubblefield. And we're going to have another flag on the play after the play. And number 21, Jaggers, he's kind of motioning towards Lindsay.
Nice run by Stubblefield after the catch for the first down, but there's a penalty flag after the play.
Stubblefield able to rack up a little bit of yak there. Good hard run after the reception, right at the original line of scrimmage. Here's the call on the penalty. Maybe. I believe they're going to get personal foul on the Panthers.
Personal foul.
That is the case.
At 15 at the end of that run.
Yeah, so after a good hard run after the catch there by Stubblefield, as Eric just alluded to, tack 15 on top of that, all of a sudden, the Leopards are deep in Panther territory, knocking on the door. Got to make the most of this here.
I'm picking up Devon up the middle, and I'm running Brody Raming again.
Yep. Raming will have three receivers to his right. Vaughn directly behind him. Low snap.
Fumble. Vaughn is down.
I believe Vaughn's knee hit the ground as he went down to try to corral that ball.
Right.
Loss of a couple on the play.
Right when you have things going your way, kind of, and bad snap.
Yep. Little low there.
Loss of 3.
Loss of 3 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 13. Ball at the Panther 14. 6:20 remaining here in the first half. Pauls Valley on top leads by a score of 14-6. Pass out to the right. That's Kessler. Makes a couple of men miss. Down to the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bentley Kessler.
First National Bank Legacy Roofing Shelter Insurance with Colby Albright will donate $20 to the quarterback club.
And all that was right there, partner, just a little zip pass out to Kessler. He had a couple of lead blockers there in front of him, able to make a couple of guys miss. Kessler's in the end zone.
We're going for 2, Jake.
The Leopards are 2 points away from tying this thing up. 3 receivers to Raming's right. Vaughn split to his right. Padilla to his left. Low snap yet again. Kessler rolling to his right. Can't find anybody. Throws up a prayer. It's going to be intercepted. We do have a flag. The near side line judge throws one. Not sure what this is going to be here. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't even looking at him, partner. I didn't see what the call was there. Oh,
Legal receiver downfield.
legal receiver downfield. So, Leopards able to get in the end zone after the 14-yard touchdown reception by Bentley Kessler. So, with 6:10 to play here in the second half, in the third quarter, Pauls Valley now leads by a score of 14-12. We'll keep it here. And that was one, it kind of broke down from the get-go there, partner. Ramming was rolling to his right, design roll to his right, just tried to, see if they could leak a receiver out there. Pauls Valley did a good job covering that up. Unable to get anything done there on the two-point conversion. Ramming basically just had to throw up a prayer.
Yeah.
But Leopards able to claw back into it. Just trail 14-12 now. Here's where you need to go get you a quick 3 and out and get your offense back out there. That's as crisp and as fluid as that offense has looked. The Leopard offense has looked here tonight so far.
Yeah, had a lot of good things going. They ran the ball and had good ball movement and able to punch it in.
Manuel Aguero on to kick it away for the Leopards. High kick over towards Jaggers. Fields it at about the 15, up to the 20, down to the 25, and brought down by a host of Leopards.
Manuel Aguero was a freshman.
Yep. So that'll set Pauls Valley up at about the 20. I believe they're going to mark that right at the 25-yard line. Set them up 1st and 10. 6:05 to play here in the third quarter. Yeah, now hopefully that little bit of momentum that you gained back right there, partner, hopefully that bleeds over into your defense here. Let's see if you can force a quick 3 and out. I don't think the Leopards have had that first possession, no.
This is the worst field position Pauls Valley has had at
Absolutely.
the 25 also.
Yep.
They've been at the 35 or better.
Got to go get a 3 and out here. Humphreys out of the gun, snap back, rolling to his left. Might have got a yard on that play. Couldn't really tell who got there.
Shane Jones, I believe, was there.
Yep, looked like Jones and Stubblefield able to.
Right, Stubblefield was there also, yes, sir.
That'll bring up 2nd and 8. Humphreys, 3 receivers split to his left. Running back off his right hip. Out of the gun. Snap back. Humphreys rolling to his right with a lead blocker. Humphreys cuts back across the grain. Leopards did a good job there keeping contained. That'll bring up 3rd and call it 2. Priest Williams again sticking his nose in there, making a play. 3rd and 2, ball at the Panther 34-yard line. They're going to go bunch formation off the right side. Snap back. It breaks wide open. Humphrey down to the 45-40, 35-30, down the right sideline, makes a couple of guys miss, eludes another tackler, and he's dragging Seth Padilla down to the 5-yard line. Just when you have Pauls Valley in a 3rd and short, and they line up that I kept calling it a bunch formation. You know that play's going to the right. Humphrey's going to keep it. Leopards with a couple of missed tackles, unable to get him corralled, and Humphrey drags Padilla another extra 8 yards or so down the right sidelines, and all of a sudden, Pauls Valley's in business. Ball at the 6-yard line. Sets up 1st and goal. 4:30 to play. Bunch formation on the right side. Humphreys out of the gun. And they might have got Pauls Valley on a delay of game there, and that is exactly what happened.
Delay of game.
So after the delay of game, that'll set up 1st and goal from the Leopard 10. Humphreys Humphrey's receiver to his right, one to his left. And Coach Raper is out at about the 20-yard line, 25-yard line, and he is wound up. I don't think his guys were set or knew exactly what play was coming. Again, we'll keep it here as Coach Raper calls a timeout, and he's down to one timeout here. That could be something to pay attention to going down the stretch later on in the fourth. If you don't have anything going tomorrow morning, bright and early, 10 a.m., Leopardette softball just across the parking lot here over at Bronk Jackson Field. It'll be the final day of the Leopardette Fall Fast Pitch Festival. Lindsay's going to play a 10 o'clock game, a 12:30, and I believe a 3 o'clock game, Eric. So I'll be down there bright and early in the morning on the call. Not sure who's going to be with me. Don't know if it'll be Tandra or it'll be Lee McGowan, but we'll have the call for you. So if you're not able to get out and about, tune in on our Facebook page. We'll have all the live coverage there for you starting right around 10 a.m.
Be a fun day of softball.
Absolutely. Should be a good day for it. So Humphrey, receiver split to his right, one to his left. Running backs to either side of him, out of the gun. Snap back. Humphrey, three-step drop. Good play there by Bentley Kessler on that far side to break that pass up. That's a long throw. That is our near side hash, and he's throwing clear back across the other side of the field. That's a long throw, and the senior Kessler over there able to read that and bat it away. Call it 2nd and 10, 4:27 to play here in the third quarter. Pauls Valley knocking on the door yet again after the big run down the right side. And once again, Coach Raper out near the 20-yard line. He is wound up. Pauls Valley having a hard time getting set, down to 5 on the play clock. Humphreys out of the gun, 2 receivers to his left. Snap back, handoff, number 12. Around the left edge, makes a couple of guys miss, walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Pauls Valley. Number 12, Rain Major, his second of the night. Just a counter off that left edge.
Yeah,
get Rain Major with a head full of steam and tough to bring down.
Yeah, the whole drive from Pauls Valley just came off missed tackles. You know, we had them hit at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage and just can't capitalize on a tackle.
So Maya's extra point gets under it a little bit, but it is true. So with 4:22 to play in the third quarter, Pauls Valley increases their lead, now lead by a score of 21-12. We'll take a Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Amaya on to kick it away here for the Panthers. They now lead by a score of 21-12. Leopards defensively had a couple of missed tackles on that drive, able to free Humphrey up. Humphrey broke a big run down the near sidelines here. Set up shop well inside Leopard territory. A couple of short plays later, Pauls Valley's in the end zone, increasing their lead. Offensively, Lindsay needs to get back on track here, go down and answer. Actually going to let 64 kick it away here. Onside kick, Padilla nearly lets that one get past him, but Padilla able to fall on it, so that'll set Lindsay up with good field position and a ton of time here in the third quarter. Should set them up right at the 45-yard line. Ton of ball to play here, partner. You got to get your offense And that same rhythm they had there, and what kind of sparked them there was that long run off that right side there by Brody Ramming early on in that last scoring drive. So
Yeah, and there's still plenty of times, so don't go away from the game plan. Run the ball.
absolutely, yeah.
Pass it when you need to.
Ramming,
Move the ball.
2 receivers to his right. Handoff up the middle. That's Vaughn. Breaks a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and Jake Vaughn able to rumble forward out across midfield, brought down about the 48-yard line, we'll call it. Actually, they'll set it right there at the 49.
Take 6 yards all day.
Absolutely. Yeah, good hard run there by Jake Vaughn. Got that lead blocker right there on that right side. Low snap yet again. Ramming able to corral it, roll to his right, get rid of it. Believe that was Register. Able to pull that one in. That'll bring up a 3rd and short here. We'll call it 3rd and a long 1, maybe. Actually, let's go call it 3rd and 2. 3:28 and counting here in the 3rd quarter.
Third down and 3 for the Leopards.
Ramming again out of the Vaughn. He'll have Kessler and Register split to his right, Padilla to his left. Offset power I. Handoff up the middle. That's Jake Vaughn. Puts his head down.
Barrels his way in there for the first down.
And was pushed back, but they're going to give him forward motion there, or forward progress. That'll set up 1st and 10 for the Leopards. Jake Vaughn tapping his helmet. He needs a breather here. That'll bring in number 26. This is Stubblefield checking in for Jake Vaughn. Ramming will have 2 receivers split to his left, 1 to his right. Again, a low snap. Ramming just had to fall on that one. Didn't want to try to force anything. We got a Leopard player down, I believe. Can't tell who it is. Looks like he's cramping as well. It looks like Stubblefield's starting to cramp up. And that's something that's, you're going to see a lot of that this time of year. You know, game time, we were right around 90 degrees. Still pretty warm out here. I believe the low tonight is going to get down upper 60s, but still, it's warm enough. You're going to start cramping up eventually, so Stubblefield will hobble off and get him a shot of water here. Jake Vaughn checks back in for him. So Ramming will be out of the gun yet again. Vaughn directly behind him. 3 receivers split to Ramming's left. Handoff. Around the right side, nothing doing there. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and call it 14. Shane Jones checks out. Looks like
Ryan Horton.
Ryan Horton, number 10, going to check in. .134 and counting to play here in the 3rd quarter. Leopards trail 21-12. Ramming out of the gun. 2 receivers to either side. 3-step drop. Back to pass. Falls incomplete. The Leopards are going to have to punt this one away. And that one kind of came out of Ramming's hand. A little bit wobbly. Might have to get him a towel. Keep those hands dry. Kessler will be on to punt it away. He'll be positioned at about the 40-yard line. We're going to have a delay of game against the Leopards. So that'll back them up. Just a 5-yard variety. Brings up 4th and 19. Kessler will be about the 35-yard line. Snap back. Punts on the way, off the side of his foot.
Again.
And we've seen Kessler tonight have a couple of really good punts. His first punt of the night was a darn good punt. Able to pin Pauls Valley well, inside their own territory. He's had 2 good ones. He's had 2 kind of come off the foot a little bit wobbly. That was the case there, so that'll set Pauls Valley up pretty good starting field position with a 21-12 lead with 1:05 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Pauls Valley takes over on their own 42 with 1:05 remaining in the 3rd.
Pauls Valley will take over right at the 42-yard line. Humphreys will be out of the gun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Running back motions over to Humphreys' right. Snap back. Humphreys. Ball's on the ground. And who's on it? Who's got it? I believe Pauls Valley was able to fall on top of that one. That would have been huge for the Leopards if they could have got to it. Couldn't tell who fell on it for the Panthers, but they do retain possession. Big time loss on the play, though.
Loss of about 10.
I ought to bring up about a 2nd and 20, 21. Yeah, we'll call it 2nd and 20.
Aiden Randall's putting the pressure on back there.
Humphrey out of the gun. 2 backs to either side of him. Hand off around the left edge. That's number 2. Makes a man miss. Makes another guy miss, and then brought down by a host of tacklers. Minimal gain on the play.
Tackled by Austin Hines.
And that will end the 3rd quarter with the Leopards trailing 21-12. We'll take a quick Hughes Heat and Air break. When we come back on the other side, we'll be starting the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back here to Burford Field, getting ready to start the 4th quarter. The Leopards trail 21-12. Pauls Valley facing a 3rd and 13 at the 39-yard line. Leopards need to get off the field here. Humphreys be out of the gun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Snap back. Humphreys, 3-step drop pressure. Gets it dumped off. He's got some blockers. Got a flag on the play. That was number 12 yet again. That's Rain Major. He stepped up big here in this 2nd half for the Panthers. But hold everything. I do believe this one's coming back. Might have got a hold out there on that right side as Major's made his way through. Refs are still discussing this one. Not sure why it's taking these guys so long. I mean, whoever drops the flag, they are to know, okay, well, that was a hold or that was a clip or whatever the situation may be. Give it to the white hat and let him make the call. And that is the case. They're going to get a hold on the Panthers, but a personal foul against the Leopards.
Offset replay of the down.
So, yeah, it'll offset, but you got to keep a cool head out there. So we'll do it again here. 3rd and 13. Ball at the 39-yard line. Humphreys will be out of the gun. Receiver to his left, one to his right. Running backs to either side. Snap back. Handoff to two around the right edge. Got a couple of blockers. Good tackle there. Couldn't tell who that was, but good pursuit. So that's the stop the Leopards need for sure. Surely Raper wouldn't keep his offense out there to go for this. I don't think that's going to be the case. Looks like Humphrey's going to be back to punt this one away.
Maybe.
And in register on the tackle there. Good pursuit by him. Nobody back deep for the Leopard. Finally, Kessler breaks loose and goes back. Humphrey, snap back, ball on the way. Nice punt there. And Kessler's just going to have to let that one go as Jagger's able to slide down. And that will start the Leopards offense right around the 10-yard line, partner.
Yeah, it's a long ways down there.
That was a good punt. Didn't have a lot of air under it. Nice tight spiral. And then takes a big old Panther bounce. 11:22 to play here in the fourth quarter. Panthers on top, 21-12. Leopards are taking over offensively here. However, backed up deep in their own territory. Going to be starting right around the 11-yard line.
Let's keep running the ball.
Yep. You got a ton of time. You still got 3 timeouts in your back pocket as well. Ramming will be out of the gun. 3 receivers split to his left. Vaughn Vaughn to his left. 3 receivers to his right. Ramming throws it off to Stubblefield. Stubblefield doing a great job racking up that yards after contact.
He's a good hard runner.
Absolutely. It's good. Definitely going to take more than one to get him down. Gain of about 8 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 2. Leopards might need to get a little bit of pace about them, though. You're down a couple of scores. Ramming, design, quarterback keep around the left. Nothing doing. Might have got. Yeah, they're actually going to give him that first down. He did break the barrier there, so that'll set up 1st and 10 for the Leopards. 11 minutes to play here in the fourth. Leopards trail 21-12. Ramming will be out of the gun. 2 receivers split to his left, 1 to his right. Looks like Vaughn to his right as well. Snap back, low snap. Gets rid of it. One hopped it in front of Kessler. And you can see Ramming right there. He tried to rush that because the snap was low and in the dirt. Didn't have a real good handle on that. Threw a wobbler over there in the direction of Kessler. Brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stopped with 10:37 to play. Ramming out of the gun. fakes a handoff, kicks it over to Padilla. Padilla going to be brought down after a gain of about 5 or 6.
Padilla, the receiver. Bring up third and about 3 for the Leopards.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 3 here, and this is a big play here. Got to keep the chains moving. Handoff. That's Jake Vaughn.
First down, Leopards.
Vaughn able to stumble and rumble forward, move the chains there for the Leopards. Down inside of 10 minutes to play. Vaughn needs a breather. He'll check out. Shane Jones will check in for him. Kessler will have 2 split to his left, 1 to his right. Jones off his right hip as well. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, lets one fly down the near sidelines. Kessler unable to pull that one in.
And for Kessler, depending on the play, Coates.
Pretty well thrown ball. Kessler went up to high point it, unable to pull it in though. That stops the clock. 9:29 to play. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Ball at the Leopard 32-yard line. Ramming will have 3 receivers split to his left. Jake Vaughn directly behind him.
Watch the run it to the right here.
High snap that time. Ramming able to corral it and pull it down. Might have got 1 on the play.
Keeper. Axel on the tackle.
So
3rd down and 9.
Kessler and Register check back into the ballgame. Now under 9 minutes to play. Inside of 10 on the play clock. Got to get this off. Down to 5. Ramming out of the gun. Rolls to his right. Looking for Register on the out route. Good play there. Just a little simple 10, 12-yard out route. Register able to pull it in, move the chains there for the Leopards.
Leopards.
Nice little pitch and catch. And able to get out of bounds and stop the clock as well. Ramming will have 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Jake Vaughn off his left hip. Hand off to Vaughn up the middle. Gain of about 2 on the play, maybe 3.
Vaughn across the 45. Tackled by Perry and Parker Green.
Bring up about we'll call it 2nd and 7. Ball at the Leopard 46-yard line. 8:15 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Leopards still trail 21-12. 3 receivers to Ramming's left. Fakes the handoff to Vaughn. Kicks it out to Stubblefield. Stubblefield makes a man miss out across midfield, down to the 40, down to the 35, and finally kicked out of bounds as a flag comes in late. Not sure what that flag is going to be about. Might have got maybe a face mask.
Or late hit one.
Yeah, could have come in late as Stubblefield was knocked out of bounds there. Yet
Come on, refs,
again,
let's get it together.
Another conference by the refs.
Momentum killer.
We're going to get a personal foul against Pauls Valley. So tack on some extra yardage after the nice play there by Stubblefield. So that'll move it all the way down down to the 20-yard line of the Panthers. Leopards need to go quick here. 8:03 to play. They still do have all 3 timeouts in their back pocket. Gotta have points. Ramming, 3 receivers to his left. Jake Vaughn directly behind him. Fakes a handoff. Ramming, keeper around the right edge. Makes a guy miss. And they're going to get a flag,
Inside the 5.
and it's coming back. Unbelievable. They're going to get Stubblefield for a block in the back. And that was, Ramming had already eluded that tackler. He was not, wasn't even going to be touched by that guy. That's one Stubblefield just got to let up right there and avoid contact.
Leopards have had a lot of those early season penalties tonight.
And that's, you hit the nail on the head right there, partner. It's early season and trying to get your wits about you, and you have slips ever so often. So that'll back it up to
33-yard line.
Looks like Austin Hines is going to check in at quarterback here. Not sure what that's about, if Ramming was banged up on that last play or he's just gassed and needs a breather. So got to pay attention here. Austin Hines now in at quarterback. Lines up 3 receivers to his left, Jake Vaughn directly to his right. Sends Vaughn out in motion, and that's going to be an illegal procedure.
Cannot be moving forward when the ball is snapped.
Leopards just shooting themselves in the foot right here.
Penalties decline.
So we'll reset it here as they do decline the penalty. Austin Hines still in at quarterback. Hadn't seen Ramming down there on the sidelines. I don't know where he got off to. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's got his hat back on. He's walking around, so he might have just been gassed and needed a breather. Hines out of the gun. 2 receivers to his left. Vaughn behind him. Miscommunication. Throws it out to Padilla.
That's complete.
Padilla misses, makes one man miss, and then brought down over on the Pauls Valley sidelines after a gain of about, call it 6, 8. So 7:18 to play. Leopards are on the march. Still trail, however, 21-12. Ramming does check back in. Good to see that he's okay. Down to 12 on the play clock.
It's going to be a 4-down territory. I imagine we'll be going for it.
Absolutely. Down to 5. Hembry's going to have to burn a timeout here. Doesn't do it, and that's going to be a delay of game.
Got to get the plays in earlier.
Yeah, Lindsay, you had it down to the 20-yard line. Ramming breaks off a nice little run around the right edge and had it even deeper into Pauls Valley territory. And ever since then, penalty after penalty after penalty, and all of a sudden you're backed up outside your own 30, or the Pauls Valley 30. So we'll reset yet again. Call it 3rd and 14. Ramming 3 receivers to his left, Vaughn to his right. Ramming rolling to his right, looking for register. Wobbly falls incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 7 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. And I think you're spot on earlier. You mentioned 4-down territory. This is it right here. Got to convert. So call it 4th and 14.
4th down and 14 coming up for the Leopards.
Ramming out of the gun. Jake Vaughn split to his left. Register in motion. And yet again.
Timeout.
Oh, no, actually going to go get a timeout there. I thought we might have had a lineman jump there, but not the case. Hembry wants to talk about it here. We'll keep it here. This is a big play in the ballgame. You got the clock stopped. It's 4th and 14, a pretty good ways. You're going to have to get you a chunk here, but it's do or die. You got to get this first down. Otherwise, you're giving it back to Pauls Valley, and you know what's coming if Pauls Valley gets it back in their hands. It's going to be a heavy dose of Justin Humphreys.
Yep. Need a good snap, good play, and convert.
Something we really hadn't seen a lot of tonight either, partner, is the the crossing routes.
Yeah.
It seems like there's either been the fades down the sidelines or the out routes.
Out route, yep.
Maybe try something across the middle here. See if you can get one of them linebackers who hadn't seen a lot of traffic in their area. Run something across their face and see if they can cover it.
Go 4 or 5 wide and make those safeties have to cover somebody, and it'll leave that middle open.
Yes. Yep.
Right inside slant, you just get a step on your guy and you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So here we go. 3 receivers split to the right. Jake Vaughn off the hip of Ramming to his right. Seth Padilla split far left. Stubblefield goes in motion.
False
Yet
start.
again, another penalty against the Leopards. So back it up a little bit further. Call it 4th and 19. Ramming out of the gun. 3-step drop. Pressured, steps up in the pocket. Has Kessler. But it's not going to be enough for a first down as he'll get back to about the original line of scrimmage. And the Leopards are going to turn it over on downs with 6:53 to play. Pauls Valley on top 21-12. And as we just talked about, I expect Humphrey to get a pretty good dose of carries here. You still got time. You still got 2 timeouts in your back pocket, but you've got to get a quick 3 and out here if you're the Leopards defensively. Not sure. Number 2 might have been shaken up on that play there for Pauls Valley. Coach has kind of had him pulled off to the side there, talking to him a little bit. So I think we're about ready to get this possession underway here for the Panthers. Humphreys will be out of the gun. Receiver to his right, one to his left. Snap back. Humphrey with the keeper around the right side. Has a host of blockers. Keeps it in bounds and goes down after a gain of about 5. Seth Padilla sticking his nose in there, making a play. 6:27 to play in the 4th. Pauls Valley not going to get in any kind of hurry. Leopards need a negative play here. Try to force Pauls Valley's hand on that 3rd down. Humphreys out of the gun. Letting that play clock drip all the way down to 1 second. Keeper around the right side, makes a couple of guys miss. Moving the chains, 1st and 10 for Pauls Valley. Back-to-back carries by Humphrey. Able to move the chains out near the 35-yard line. Wyatt April once again sticking his nose in there, making a play. I believe he's going to end up with a handful of tackles tonight, maybe a half dozen. So
he's been very active tonight.
That's promising. Yeah, Hembry was right when we talked to him Wednesday. He said Wyatt's the type of guy, he's going to pursue the ball. He's going to be aggressive. He don't shy away from contact. High snap, handoff to number 12. I believe that's Mason. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. 5:24 to play. Leopards trail 21-12. As I mentioned, Pauls Valley not going to be in any kind of rush here. 23 seconds on the play clock, and I assume they will drip this thing all the way down well inside of 5 seconds before they snap it. On the play clock as we're under 5 minutes to play. 4:55 and counting. Humphrey out of the gun. Snap back. Handoff around the left edge. Makes a guy miss in the backfield. Gain of about 8 on the play.
Holding the ball carrier. Tackle by Silver.
And Coach Henry wants to talk about it, calls timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. It's a Hughes Heat and Air break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard football live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back here to Burford Field. 4:39 remaining here in the ball game. Leopards trail 21-12. Pauls Valley facing a 3rd down and 3 at the 42-yard line. They're going to go bunch formation off to that right edge. Leopards creep up defensively. Humphreys with the keeper. Going to be brought down. Looks to be.
Reese Williams on the tackle.
Actually, yeah, they're going to call it 4th and a long one here.
So
Leopards have just one timeout remaining, as do the Panthers, but I don't expect Coach Raper to burn that final timeout. He'll take it back home with him tonight. 4:08 to play. 4th and 1. Bunch.
Your middle backer's 7 yards deep. He's got to be up on this.
And actually, Coach Raper is going to call a timeout. He wants to talk about this 4th and the yard here. Scoreboard's actually showing 4th and 3, but not the case. We'll keep it here. Don't want to mess around and miss this 4th down. So next week, partners, actually, it's going to be homecoming. A little bit earlier than normal, as the Dibble Demons going to come down from just north of us here. Leopards will host Dibble for homecoming. Looking forward to calling that one. Got a little skin in that one. My sister actually is a teacher up there at Dibble, so it'll be good to see them come down. And I want to say the last time Lindsay and Dibble squared off, it ended up coming right down to the final drive there, and Lindsay able to pull that one out. Big play down the far sidelines, big pass play. Ended up being like a 67-yard pitch and catch there. Lindsay able to pull that one out that night. Dibble, they're a team. They're going to come in. They're going to come in feisty. They're going to come in fighting because they're a smaller school. They don't have anything to lose. They're almost everybody's expecting them to get beat next week. So that'll be one to definitely pay attention to. We'll have all the live coverage right here on the Leopard Sports Network for you. Humphreys out of the gun, bunch formation to his right. He's going to keep it and get the 1st down. Coach Henry still has that one timeout in his pocket, but it's getting close to being just about all of it here. As this next play is going to be well inside 320 before they snap it. Just a heavy dose of Justin Humphrey tonight. We talked about it in pregame that he could fling it and run, and you've seen it here tonight. Humphrey out of the gun. Snap back, hands it off to number 12. 12 around the right edge. He makes a couple of guys miss. And yeah, it looked like Register might have got held up right there about midfield. I expect this one to come back, probably on a holding call. That is the case. Might be the quickest call we've had as far as penalties go tonight. Whitehead on top of that one there. So with 3:19 to play, Leopards trail 21-12. Still have a timeout left. Boy, you'd love to strip it here or something of that nature. Obviously, Pauls Valley not going to drop back and throw this thing in this situation. They're going to try to protect this 21-12 lead, but you got to be tackling the ball here. Put your hat on the ball. Try to knock it loose. Humphreys with the keeper, right up the gut. Brought down after a couple. Looked like number 1, Brody Ramming, getting in there making a nice tackle.
Ramming and April.
2:56 to play, 27 seconds on the play clock. Like I said, Pauls Valley, they're gonna drain this down inside of 5 before Humphrey even thinks about taking a snap. 2 more chunk plays could end this one. Humphrey out of the gun. Good pursuit there. In the backfield right off the bat was number 3, looks like Wyatt April. Coach Hembry wants to talk about it. That's going to set Pauls Valley up in a 3rd and a mile. Played right into the Leopards' hands there. Nice negative play that you needed. Now it's 3rd and forever. Do you take a chance and try to run it here? You're going to, obviously try to stay in bounds if you do run it. But to pick up a chunk of, 18 yards, actually it's going to be more than that. It should be 3rd and 25. So you got to wonder if Coach Raper is going to allow Humphreys to drop back and throw this thing here. Because if it's incomplete, it stops the clock. You play into the Leopards' hand there. Even if it is complete, something across the middle, hopefully you keep everything in front of you. They don't get the first down. Leopards are going to get the ball back with an opportunity. So
I bet they keep it on the ground. Their defense has held the Leopards pretty much all night, and I think they're pretty much confident that they can just use up as much time as they can. And
yeah. Well, and 2,
play
you're down 9, so even if you do get the ball back here, you're going to have to go score in a hurry with no timeouts, and then you're going to have to get a successful onside kick, which onside kicks have changed in the past 5-10 years or so. You can't have somebody just blow up the would-be receiver there or returner. So Humphrey out of the gun, 3rd and 25. He's going to keep it around the right edge. Got some blockers. Good heads-up play there by Humphrey, though, to slide down in bounds. With 2:10 to play and counting, 34 seconds on the play clock. Leopards will get the ball back, but not with a ton of time. Yeah, and what this boils down to, partner, it's just a case of, Leopards defensively not really having an answer for that rushing attack tonight. Pauls Valley, they put it in the air a handful of times, but not a whole lot. It's just been riding Humphrey and a couple of other running backs back there, and really that's been the difference in the ball game. They've been able to control the clock, control the ball game, and looks like Pauls Valley is probably going to get out of here with a win unless something unbelievable happens. Pauls Valley will take the delay of game penalty there, back them up 5 yards. They're not worried about the penalty yardage right now. They just wanted to burn as much clock as possible. That'll leave 1:34 to play. Humphrey will be back to punt this one away. Kessler, I believe, is back deep for the Leopards. Snap back. Leopards come after it, unable to get to it. It's going to bounce. And it'll go dead at the 35. That'll leave 1:23 to play. Leopards will take over. And it does, partner. It's going to have to be quick here. You're going to have to be. Can't really have anything across the middle. You're going to have to be running them out routes, and Ramming's going to have to be perfect here. He's going to have to hit his guys.
Pauls Valley going to play soft coverage, make sure that no home runs are hit.
Yep, keep everything in front of him. So Ramming, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Vaughn in the backfield with him. 3-step drop. Underthrown slightly, falls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10, 1:18 to play. Two receivers to each side. Ramming, rolling left. Able to complete it to Padilla. Padilla gets out of bounds. That'll leave 1:14 to play in the ball game. Ramming out of the gun, drifting back, rolling to his right. Throws it across the middle. That's going to be batted down by Jaggers.
Jaggers and Coach depending on the play.
And that'll bring up 4th and 5.
Bring up 4th down.
So Leopards are unable to convert here. That will seal the deal. Pauls Valley will get out of here with a 21-12 win. If Lindsay can't convert here, then they'll take the Battle on Highway 19 trophy back over to Pauls Valley. Ramming out of the gun, 3 to his right, 1 to the left. Vaughn to his left as well. Ramming, rolling left. Has a man, that's Seth Padilla, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Padilla's going to come up hobbly, got to get off the field in a hurry. Might want him to go down here, just fall down. If you fall down, they're going to stop the clock. Padilla's going to hobble all the way back over to the other side.
That's intentional grounding right there. They just changed the intentional grounding rule. You can't throw it in the dirt in high school unless you're under center.
Padilla's finally going to go down there right around midfield. That last reception kind of got his leg wadded up underneath him a little bit. And that milked all the way down, milked the clock all the way down to 49 seconds.
Yeah, they changed the rule. You have to throw it in area of a receiver.
Right.
You can only spike it if you're under center. They changed it.
That'll be a loss of down as well.
They didn't call it, but
Oh, they didn't call it?
no.
Oh, okay.
Come on out and support the Leopards as they take on their neighbors to the north.
Another one of Lindsay's opponents that they'll square off against here in a couple of weeks, Purcell Dragons. They traveled up to Alva. We talked to Coach Tracy Scott here a couple of weeks ago on the rundown with Rutledge, and he mentioned having to go to Alva. You know, that's a big chore, you know, going up there taking on the Gold Bugs. They usually roll out a pretty good squad up there. Purcell goes into Alva and knocks them off by a score of 40-34. So Purcell jumps to 1-0 on the season. So Ramming, 2 receivers to either side. Rolling right, steps up. Gets rid of it. He's got registered down the near sidelines. Sails out of bounds. 42 seconds to play. Washington traveled to Vian tonight, and they're able to pull one out by a score of 39-24.
I coached a kid in youth football named Tate Brookshire.
Yep.
He's a freshman this year, and he plays for Vian. He ran a kickoff back for a touchdown tonight.
And Register slides down awkwardly, had his leg up underneath him. He'll kind of hobble off. He ain't going to hobble off. He's going to stay in. And that's the deal tonight, too. I mean, I don't know if these guys, you know, wearing molded spikes or the screw-in type, but, you know, it's real warm today and it's starting to cool off now. I guarantee you can walk out there on that field, partner, and rub your hand across it, and it's going to come up wet, you know. So just that kind of year, or time of year. Hand off to Vaughn up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and actually going to move the chains here for the Leopards. You got to go quick. Clock is stuck at 31 seconds. They'll reset the chains.
Thank our first down sponsors once again. That's First National Bank of Lindsay, Legacy Roofing, and Lindsay Family Innocent.
We're going to have another flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against the Leopards.
Shelter Insurance with Colby Albright. So legal speed was penalty against the Leopards.
That'll do it.
And that will do it as the Pauls Valley Panthers are going to roll into Lindsay. And we're going to get another flag on the play. Looks like we might get an unsportsmanlike conduct.
So congratulations to
But I think they're just going to let it go. That'll end the ball game. As Pauls Valley, as I was saying, Pauls Valley rolls into Lindsay, knocks off the Leopards by a score of 21-12. And it was just one of them nights for the Leopards. Really couldn't get any kind of traction offensively. And of course, defensively, didn't really have an answer for Justin Humphrey. He ran for well over 100 yards tonight. Never found the end zone. His running backs were able to break into the end zone. But Leopards are going to go start the season 0-1. This week 0 matchup obviously doesn't mean anything towards district points or district standings, anything of that nature. But still, you would like to got off on a better start. You want to improve to start off 1-0, but not the case as Pauls Valley comes in here and knocks the Leopards off by a score of 21-12. And next week you got the Dibble Demons, the neighbors from up north. They're going to roll into town, and as we kind of talked about there momentarily, those guys they're not going to come in here and they ain't just going to lay down just because Dibble's coming in to play Lindsay. They're going to come in here looking to knock Lindsay off. So Lindsay's going to have to regroup this week in practice, go in, watch some game film, find some spots to get better at, and just try to improve and get ready to go next week.
Yeah, they got plenty to work on, and that's okay. It's early.
Yeah.
Like you said, this does not count toward a district play, and just a few little tweaks here and there, and this game's a different story.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they know that. They'll work on that. And they'll get in the film room and go over things and get things figured out and try again next week.
Yeah, and you mentioned it being early. Obviously, week 0. First rattle out of the box here, but just tighten a few things up here and there, offensively and defensively. You didn't give up a ton of points tonight. Just 21 points. This day and age in football, 21 points is nothing. Giving up, but it was enough here tonight as the Leopards were only able to get 12 on the board. So with all that, we will say goodnight here from Burford Field as Pauls Valley celebrates right there at midfield with the Battle on 19 trophy. And congrats to those guys. I mean, they come out, offense was clicking, with the exception for that first drive. They looked a little wobbly out there, but they were able to get their traction and get their feet under them, and they were able to do some nice things. And they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in Class 3A, I really feel like, especially if Humphrey stays healthy all year. I mean, that kid, he's going to run for a ton of yards, and if they don't have to absolutely throw it, they're not going to, partner, and you've seen that here tonight. So hats off to Pauls Valley. They get the job done, come in here and knock the Leopards off. Again, final score 21-12. Real quick, once again, tomorrow morning, if you ain't got anything going, come down, check out some softball. Leopardettes get ready to start off 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll have everything there. We'll have first pitch 10 a.m. I'll be on the call alongside either Tandra Hamilton or Lee McGowan. So if you can't make it, join us on the broadcast. And with all that, so long, everybody.